welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines here today. We are back in my Appalachia map and we are going to be working around with the off-ramp area here, or the first off-ramp area. Kind of a little shopping center here. Again, I am basing this a little bit off of Lexington, Kentucky, kind of, and it's not an exact remake, but it's kind of closely resembling that. I'm basically using Street View and Google Maps to kind of look the satellite view to kind of look at the map and kind of go from there and design my city a little bit kind of like that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to place down a bunch of hotels, some shopping things, some gas stations, and a Wal Mart, a Lowe's, that kind of stuff, which is you're seeing me do that right now on screen. I'm placing down some parking lots to kind of go along with my my big shopping center here. One thing I've noticed, at least around here, is usually wherever you see a Walmart, there's usually another big store kind of right next to it. If it's a smaller town, it's usually just a Walmart, but a lot of times Walmart likes to use giant shopping centers, and there's usually a few more stores kind of in that particular area. And that's kind of the what I'm going for here. So the idea here is as soon as you get off one of the main highway that runs across my map and you get into the bigger city, you'll connect into another highway that runs north to south, and then you'll kind of get off an off-ramp into our major metro city here. And from there, this is usually the first big off-ramp, I guess you would say. And there's going to be like a lot of hotels and stuff here. More so than shopping. Shopping's going to be on the other end, the second exit. That's going to be our bigger shopping area. But this is more of like the tourist thing, because this is going to be the first. If you're coming from the north and going down south, for example, say Ohio, and you're coming into Kentucky, and this would be maybe the first, not the first city, but one of the first bigger cities. Then this would be the first exit that you would have kind of here, and this would be where most all of the restaurants are, the hotels, and of course, you know, if you're staying in a hotel, maybe you might need some necessities such as, I don't know, toothpaste or something, and you know, maybe you're not happy with what you got, you know, the tiny little tube that you got at the hotel. You can always run across the street over here to Walmart and grab what you need. Now, the Lowe's, on the other hand, I don't know why you would need a Lowe's if you're staying in a hotel, but it's there, and I felt like putting it there. I could have put a Target or something else here, but I'm going to save that for the other end. Now, here's the thing. I have been trying to get this video done for you guys for about, I don't know, 4 weeks maybe. I have been putting this off, probably even longer than that, to be honest. I've been putting this off for a while now. I'm just getting around to actually doing it, and I started working on this, and because I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and then I got started working on it, and one thing led to another, and it became a much bigger project than what I intended to do. So I set it aside, I did some of it, I set it aside, and I had planned on getting this done for you guys for this weekend. But that didn't happen either. So again, one thing led to another, life got in the way, and I still didn't get finished, and yeah, so this is where we're kind of at right now at the moment. So I opened up the map last night when I got home. It was kind of late, and I got home, and I opened up the map, and my plan was to go in there and do more detail work, like fix a few things, fix a few roads, fix a few like trees, and just do a lot of detail work. And I got to thinking about it, and I got to looking at the video work that I'd already done, and it was just like, oh wow, I've already got like 3 hours of recorded footage here, so I've got to try to figure out how I'm going to fix this. And I decided that if I recorded and if I spent any more time recording and working on this, then I am going to end up with a really, really long video, which I didn't really want to do. I kind of wanted to keep this video kind of short, and that's why I'm just kind of like, yeah, you know what, we'll save the detail work for another episode, and that way maybe I can try to get that one out to you this coming weekend instead of, you know, waiting for a while before we get another video out. So that's what this video is. This video is more or less just what I did about a week or so ago, and just trying to fix it. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is me playing around with ideas on how to make a gas station work. So I'm toying around with the parking lot roads and trying to figure out, well, what can work here. And what I eventually did was I went back and I went to Steam Workshop and I looked at the assets that I downloaded. Excuse me, had a yawn, of course, because, you know, in every video. So I looked at the assets that I downloaded, the different gas stations and stuff, and I looked at what the pictures and stuff showed of the creator and how they did it, and I noticed that they actually put the gas stations in a parking lot, which I found interesting. So we're going to change these up here shortly. And, you know, like I said, this is just me kind of messing around here and trying to fix the roads up and seeing what I can do with them. I also I had this really weird issue where I was trying to place this outdoor area here, the outdoor living section of my Wal Mart, and every single time I would place it, it just kept saying there's no road. I'm like, what do you mean there's no road? It's right there next to a road. It has to be apparently really close to the actual road, and I just couldn't figure out how to get it to work. So, these parking lots, I ended up like messing with these parking lots. I don't know how long, trying to get these things to work. I kept screwing things up, and I kept having to delete things and remove things and try to refix it again. So lots of little kind of mistakes and stuff in this. So I'm still learning, honestly. Planet Coaster is my game that, you know, I'm probably pretty much an expert at. City Skylines, not so much, but I want to be. I want to get into more City Skylines and stuff like that, which is, you know, why this series has kind of come about. I've dabbled in it, but I've never really, like, up until probably the last city that I started on, I never really got too far into doing a whole lot of detail work and stuff like that. But it's a game that I've always loved, and I really wanted to kind of get more into because I love this kind of thing, and I'm just trying to, you know, get where we are and get things fixed up and to figure out how to use things. I have figured out a couple other things. I may end up changing our theme that we use and the loots and stuff like that as well. I've been looking at a few others. I even asked on Reddit what some people thought. Some of them suggested some that I already tried, so we'll see. I also have this really weird issue with like shadows underneath the cars and stuff being like really dark, and it's like, wow, okay, so underneath of every car there's a black hole. It's just absorbing all the light in this huge area. And I finally, again, thanks to Reddit of all places, which I find Reddit to be an extremely toxic place, more so than the Planet Coaster forums, but yet I was actually able to get some answers. There are some nice people on Reddit, and there are some not so nice people on Reddit, but I was able to get some nice answers out of a couple people on a couple things. One, for example, because I posted this picture last night before I'm recording this, actually, right, you know, and like, I found this picture of this RV parked in my Walmart parking lot, and this guy's like taking up the entire parking row for this thing. And then that was where I was kind of looking at the shadows and stuff on the vehicles. I'm like, I need to get this fixed. So I posted that picture, and along with the question, it's like, how do I fix these shadows? So I woke up this morning, as I'm recording this now, right before I started recording, and I got a couple of answers, and apparently it's the ambient occlusion. So I had followed Prez. He has these. He has a video on how to make City Skylines look extremely realistic, and I had followed his video as close as possible for most of the things that I wanted to use. And one of the things is this post-processing effects mod that I have, and it's the thing that adds the ambient occlusion. So they were telling me that that's the problem, is the ambient occlusion, and they were like, you followed Prez's video on realistic graphics, didn't you? And I'm like, yeah, I did. So after they told me that, I went back and I was like, okay, so what am I missing here? Because this setting isn't in our settings. And then I was like, oh, yeah, that's because it's in a completely different menu for its own thing. So I dabbled around with it and I got my shadows fixed. You don't see it in this video, but you will see it in the next video. So that's what it is. So Prez made this really awesome video about how to make city skylines look realistic. It didn't really help for me. My city still doesn't look that realistic just yet, and I'm not talking about with all the detail work and things like that. I'm talking about graphics wise. It doesn't look realistic. It still feels off. It still feels digital. It doesn't look like how some other people's stuff looks like. For example, let's see. Well, there's Prez and $2.20, and there's so many like great city skylines YouTubers that I watch, and all of their cities and stuff look really good, and mine still looks like, you know, not as good. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong with that. But personally, I didn't think this video on making realistic graphics, maybe it's old or something, and the settings and stuff have changed at this point. In that case, maybe he needs to make a new one, but a lot of the settings that he suggested apparently are wrong, and they just don't work, because those shadows underneath these cars are awful, and yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, I kind of went in and dabbled around with that a little bit and got something that looks a little better. So that you'll see once the video is actually done for the next video and we get all the detail work and stuff around in this little area, and go from there. Alright, so what you're seeing me now here is I'm playing around with the other side of the street over here, and this is going to be the hotel area, like I said. Red Roof Inns, Comfort Inns, Days Inn, you know, different things like that I'll be placing down here. You know, and of course, when you stay at a hotel, most of the time, you know, you might get up and go get some Bob Evans the next morning. So I put a Bob Evans over here, a Crackle Barrel over here, and found some great assets and stuff from a couple different people on the Steam Workshop for these. So I was placing this this Crackle Barrel down right there, and I was like, wow, that Crackle Barrel is like huge. And then I went online and I found another one that I actually preferred much better. But yeah, this is me just trying to figure out, you know, how I'm going to do the roads, how I'm going to do the parking, and of course I need to move. I've completely screwed up this off-ramp. When you look at this off-ramp from the side, it is so bad. It's totally screwed up now. So hopefully I can get that fixed at some point, smooth it out. I may end up just deleting the whole off-ramp and just redoing it all again. I think that actually might be the best option. But that is neither here nor there. Like I said, now I'm actually kind of messing around. This Crackle Barrel that I've got placed right now is actually the one that I intended to use. But I did place one down earlier. I don't know if you noticed it in the video or not there while I was talking. But I placed down one. It was like, wow, that is huge. And it's like the Crackle Barrel was bigger than the hotels. And this one actually is as well, and I don't know. I kind of got to looking at it on a map on a satellite view. It's like, wow, they actually are kind of larger than I thought. But or either they're just really small hotels, one or the other. I don't know. The scale seems a little off, but I'm just gonna go with it because it's the best ones that we got. So I am messing around with this, and the thing is, I ended up changing like so much of this from what you guys are seeing right now into what you guys will see in the next video once we start doing the detail work. So but the idea is the same here, and you know, it doesn't change. Well, I just got done saying it changed a lot, and then I'm not gonna say it didn't change that much. Certain things changed, let's put it that way. So like I said, I went back in and I figured out how to actually do the gas and I got the hiccups. Wow, this video's not going well. So I ended up changing the parking lots and stuff, and changing the layout stays the same, but the parking lots and the roads and stuff moved, and things get kind of moved back and forth, and then I figured out how to do the parking lots for the gas stations and stuff like that. So yeah, it all works out, and you will see in the next video. I wanted to include all of that in this video, but we don't have the time. So the video would be just way too long if I was to do that. And here you see me trying to mess with these roads again here too, and they just start screwing up and getting like really out of hand. So like I couldn't figure out why is this all these roads just kind of messing up. But I do wish we had, like, some of these hotels that I use are actually really, really nice. The Days Inn, though, is a little off. This was the best Days Inn that I could actually find. I couldn't find a Super 8. There doesn't seem to be a Super 8 asset on the workshop, or a Microtel either. And those were two that I was like, oh, let's get some of those. So couldn't really find those either. But I was able to find a few hotels that we can use. I just wish they were maybe slightly bigger. Kind of, you know, because when they're put next to the Bob Evans and when they're put next to the Crackle Barrel, they seem a little small, or the other two seem larger, one or the other one. Anywho, I am rambling because I'm just trying to make, you know, talk during this video and just kind of you know, talk a little bit about my thoughts and what I'm doing with the town and all of this other stuff. So I do apologize though, guys, about how long it's been since between episodes. I have been doing so many other things, and I haven't gotten around to doing that. I know some of you guys are also looking for another Parkitect episode as well, and I'm going to try to get back to that sometime soon. The City Skylines, though, is probably more important to me than Parkitect. So there's Planet Coaster, there's City Skylines. I've also started playing Zoo Tycoon 2, which you guys love. Last week, I got early access to Arcade Tycoon, so I did a lot of Arcade Tycoon last week. And I don't know, I've just had a lot going on. I'm going to start changing up some things on my channel as well, too, and kind of doing some different stuff. So I've noticed that Planet Coaster views are down. Not just for me, but all around for everybody. People just aren't really as interested in that anymore. We got Planet Zoo, which is getting ready to come out, and where the beta is going to come out in about a couple of weeks. We've got that going on. But I've been kind of watching some other videos from some other creators and stuff on different things, and not Planet Coaster related or anything like that. Just like other like top YouTubers and stuff. And I'm kind of getting an idea of maybe what might work better, especially since I'm kind of considered to be kind of a douche and kind of an asshole by many in the Planet Coaster community for just saying what I believe is, you know, I speak my opinion and what I think is the truth. I call out things for what they are, and you know, we got all the certain people who don't like that, and you know, like the White Knights of Frontier and stuff like that. So some people just don't like that, and that's fine. I'm not forcing you to watch my videos. So I'm just trying to make the best videos that I can make while, you know, talking about what I want to talk about and enjoy doing this myself. And for fans and stuff who stick with me, I appreciate you so much. And for that, with that being said, I'm just kind of going to start maybe changing up my format a little bit and try to make videos that are more me, so to speak. I'm a bit of a smartass, and I've been watching videos from people who could also be considered smartasses, and you know, doing things with games that probably, you know, aren't what the developers intended and stuff like that. And I'm not going to mention names and stuff, but I've been watching some videos and I've been laughing my ass off at some of the stuff that they've been doing, and I'm thinking, you know, this is what I want to do. I want to make entertaining videos like this. I want to make you guys laugh. I want to make, you know, I'll still talk about things and like my opinions and stuff on certain things, but I want to make you guys laugh. I want to entertain you. That's what I'm here for. I'm really good at making, in reality, like in real life, people who know me as kind of a jokester, and like, you know, if they're having a bad day or something, I'm kind of the first person who thinks laughter is the best cure for most things. So, and I'm a bit of a smart ass in reality as well. So, but it's all in good fun. You know, I don't try to be an asshole or a smart ass just to be, you know, that. And, you know, I'm sorry that I come off that way, but I'm always just kind of, I don't know, I just like to have fun with things. I don't take too many things too seriously, and I don't want I don't want you guys to think that I am that way in real life or anything. But I'm a decent guy, and or at least I try to think I am, and I love making people laugh, and it's one of my things that I kind of pride myself on. So, like I said, I've been watching these other videos from other people and stuff, and I'm kind of thinking, you know what, this is kind of some things I want to do. So I'm gonna start taking a different approach towards certain videos and stuff. And kind of going that. Now, I'm not talking about my creative videos like this, where I'm actually making things. I'm not talking about Planet Coaster. I'm not talking about City Skylines or even Planet Zoo when it comes out. I'm talking about like certain other tycoon games and stuff like that. I kind of got an idea of maybe where I want my channel to kind of go now, and I'm going to try my hand at it and see how it goes. You guys may see that sometime this week or maybe sometimes next week. But anywho, we are at the end of this video, and I think I've rambled on long enough. I'm thinking you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk now, and I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of City Skylines. I didn't get finished the way I intended to, but I will finish this up with another video here very soon. You guys can look forward to that this weekend as we do all the detail work and stuff and finish up this whole little off-ramp area, and then we'll move on to the rest of the city. I've had creative block for a while, and now I think my creative block is kind of done. So now we can kind of get into a little bit more stuff. So I'm happy with what I'm making right now, and I hope you guys are as well. In the meantime, I appreciate you guys for watching. I really, really do. I will see you guys in the next video. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to stay on top of all my new videos and live streaming events here on YouTube. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the names you see on the right for their support through donations, Patreon, and through Twitch subs. If you would like to join their ranks and you are able, you can do so by clicking on any of those links in the video description down below. No worries though, if you don't like giving away money like that, you can still support the channel by purchasing games or anything through Greenman Gaming, through Humble Bundle, or through Amazon by clicking on my links and making your purchase. A little bit of that goes towards me to support the channel. If you still can't get enough of me, you can always check me out live on twitch.tv and stay up to date with me on Twitter as well. Now that's going to be it, but I can't say thank you enough for all your support here on the channel. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you later.